Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to handle bad rows in the data flow task in SSIS and then redirect those bad rows to a SQL Server table so that we can further investigate the issue. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies, especially in SSIS and SQL Server. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to handle rows those raised in the SSIS data flow task and then insert the bad rows to a SQL Server table. So let's jump to the demo. I have an emails file situated in my D files folder. If you open this emails file, so you will notice that there are 5 columns in this particular file: ID, first name, last name, email and gender. ID column is of integer type, and then the gender column is of like varchar1 or char1. You can see the length of the field is just 1, and this file contains 1001 records. The first column is a header column, so the overall data in this particular file is 1000 records. In real life scenarios, the file can be very huge, like maybe millions of records or billions of records. So in case if you have some bad data in your file, so instead of failing the whole process and loading nothing to a SQL Server table, it's a good practice that we load the good data into the main table, and then we redirect and load the bad data into another table so that we can further investigate like what went wrong for those particular records. Those are moved to the bad records table. So we will see in this particular video how we can implement this in SSIS. So let's open the SQL Server Management Studio. I have database SSIS in my SQL Server 2019 instance, and I have emails table here. The ID is of integer type and the gender is of char1. And let me just truncate the data if there is any data in this table. So right now this particular table doesn't contain any data as of now. So let me just quickly create a data flow task which can insert the data from the flat file to the SQL Server table. It should be quick. Just browse the file, emails, open, previews. Data looks good here. Let's go to the advanced tab, and for the ID, the default data type SSIS select is string 50, but our data type in the SQL Server table is integer, so we will select 4 byte signed integer. And the gender column in our SQL Server table is of char1, so we will give the output length as 1. So if any lengthy data will come in the CSV file, so it will fail for the gender column, and if any non-numeric data will come for the ID column in the CSV file, then it will fail again. Click OK. Now let me drag and drop the OLEDB destination, connect flat file source with the OLEDB destination and configure the OLEDB destination. This is my connection. Okay, table or we fast load and select the emails table, mappings, everything seems good. Click OK. Now if I execute the SSIS package now, so it should load 1000 records. Okay, so it has loaded 1000 number of records to the SQL Server table, and if you check the data now in the emails table, so you will see 1000 records there. Okay, so let's truncate this table for now, and then let's open the emails file. So if I add any more data here, this should fail because the length of the gender column in the table is char1, so it can't hold more than one length. So I change the length of ID1, and then let me change to female, this one to female. So the ID7 got changed to female from F, and ID1 changed to male from M. This file has been saved, and now if I rerun my SSIS package, so it should fail because the data has been changed. So if you open the output, so you will see that the data conversion for column gender returned text was truncated. So you can clearly see that the gender column is of varchar1 in the flat file connection manager, so that's why we have a lengthy data in the gender, so that's why it is failing. Okay, so now let's create a SQL Server table which can hold the bad rows. So just drag and drop the OLEDB destination into the data flow task, and then connect the red arrow from the flat file source with the newly created OLEDB destination. So just click here in the truncation one, then press shift and then press the last column, so it will select all columns. You can change the fail component to redirect rows. Click apply. So now for any kind of truncation error in the source file, it will redirect those rows. Right click the OLEDB destination, edit. Let's create a new table. Maybe we can call the table as SSIS bad rows. Okay, mappings, so this seems good. Click OK, and now let's execute the SSIS package. So it should redirect 2 records to the newly created table and 998 records to the main table. So if you go back here and refresh the tables, so you will see one table here. So these are the two records, ID1 and ID7. So the length of the gender column is greater than the defined varchar 1. Emails table should contain 998 records. So you can clearly see that the remaining two records got inserted to SSIS bed rows. So now let me just truncate both these tables. Okay, so I truncated both these tables. So this was about truncation errors. Another type of errors that can happen in the data flow is the data conversion error. For example, we are trying to insert a varchar value into an integer or datetime column. So suppose we have ID column here and we are trying to insert a string value into ID. So it can't be inserted. So it should fail. So in those scenarios, those bad records should also be moved to the SSIS bad rows table. Okay, so let's make that change as well. So go back to the SSIS, stop this package. Let's delete this particular mapping, reconnect it. So when you reconnect, so it will show this window again. So for the fail components, let's select this fail component thing and change it to redirect rows, click apply. So now for the truncation, it will move the bad data to the new table, and for any kind of error it will also redirect the data as well. So click OK. Now what will happen, two records will be moved, like ID1 and ID7 for the truncation errors. And now let's change the ID2 as well. So let me put test here, because now it became this value became a varchar value. It's not a numeric value anymore, because to test it cannot be inserted to an integer column. Okay, so just save this file. And if you rerun this particular SSIS package, so now 3 records should be moved to the new table. So you can see that 997 records moved to the main table and 3 records moved to the error table. So if you check the SSIS bad rows table, so you will see that now there are 3 records here. The first one is because of truncation error, it got moved here. This one also moved because of truncation, and this one moved because for the second table the ID is not integer anymore, it's 2 test, so that's why it got moved here. So guys, this is how we can insert the bad rows to a new table, and the successful records will move to the main table. So this is very useful in case we have millions of data getting loaded and just couple of records are having the issues. So we can easily subtract those bad records into a new table and load the correct data into the main table, so that we can further investigate those bad records, why they are not get loaded. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the notification. Thank you so much.